One. What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Off the Court. This is Free Agency Rundown, episode number 3. Today we're going to be breaking down the Southeast for y'all all. Now, for everybody who does not know who that is, it's the Hawks, the Hornets, the Heat, the Magic, and the Wizards. You know, highs and very bad lows in that. So let's get started. We're going to be starting off right here in alphabetical order with the Atlanta Hawks. Honestly, kind of a letdown. What are you feeling over here, Kyle?
I mean, with the roster the Hornets, the Hawks had, they really didn't need to do much.
Yeah.
They pulled back in Lou Will off the bench. They re-signed all their key pieces. Did add Gorgie Jang, which gives them another presence besides John Collins. I don't know who their starting center, their second string center is, but Gorgie Jang is going to help them fill that role. Well, they got Clint Capella. I take that back. It's too big that can't shoot.
Yeah, like,
can't shoot.
You don't need a big that can shoot on that team. You don't need a big that can shoot on that. You need somebody that can help Trae Young get open. Set some picks and roll. That's what you need. That's what Clint Capella got famous for in Houston.
Yeah, but the Hawks, they did what they needed to do, and they brought everybody back, and they had that Miami Heat mentality this year. You know, we got to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? Yeah, Finals. Yeah. Just run it back.
I would have liked to have saw them add a piece. I don't know exactly who that would have been, but
definitely a ball handler off the bench would have been good for them, and I think Lonzo Ball.
They don't have to have
Caruso.
They didn't have to have Caruso could have fit with them. They didn't have to have a ball handler off the bench, though. You've got Lou Williams to run your offense off the bench.
Yeah, they traded for him. I forgot about him.
I don't know. I feel like this team's missing something, though. I feel like they're one key piece away from being like relevant, though.
And Jamal Crawford too also could do that because he's a free agent.
Yeah, they could have brought back Jamal Crawford. Crawford was there at one point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna move on from the Hawks. The Hawks didn't do much.
Not much at all.
All right, Hornets. All right, now this is a team that honestly I think is going to be a dark horse in the East. I think this is the biggest underdog in the Eastern Conference. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the biggest underdog. This is a playoff team. They're going to be getting like that 7 seed and might surprise somebody.
I mean, I could see it being a 7-8 seed. It's going to take a lot. Kelly Oubre is going to have to be able to get at least 10 to 15 a game because it's coming off that ACL injury.
Yeah.
The guy for cheap, I think. I'm pretty sure. Miles Bridges, we know the story about him. He has to do good. He's getting $24 million over 18 years taken away from him, so he's got issues off the court. But I mean, this team is solid. LaMelo's got to mature.
I like the addition of Mason Plumlee. I did like the trade for Mason Plumlee.
Who's their center now? Tyler Zeller? Cody Zeller?
Oh, Mason Plumlee will be center, but
should be starting center.
Yeah. He can shoot, he can stretch, he can rebound. Like,
and then it kind of reminds me of what the Hawks did. They didn't do much of anything. They just did what they needed to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were more active than the Hawks. I mean, they were in several trades. They like I said, traded for Mason Plumlee. They brought in Wes Iwundu from the Pelicans. He'll be a role player off the bench.
Oh yeah.
But then they just kind of retained everybody, and you've got LaMelo that's going to be coming back off of his injury. So.
Scary Terry too. You got him.
Nobody cares about Scary Terry.
Can't forget about Scary Terry.
Scary Terry needs to get his ass out of Charlotte, if you ask me. You also got Gordon Hayward that's back and healthy on this team too. Can't forget about him because he was out half the year.
Yeah, this team, their success is going to be defined how well they rebound from injuries. You know, are they going to rehab good, get back and ready to go? And then if they are, then they'll make a race for one of the lower 3 seeds in the East.
Oh yeah. Now here we go to the Miami Heat, a perpetual top 3 overall seed in the East. That could be argued. Some people won't argue it. I don't see them getting number 1. They fight for number 2. But it's going to be interesting. Oh, and also, hang on. Disclaimer. This man is a Miami Heat bias fan. Okay, so his opinion lies with Miami Heat. I'm just letting you know that. All right.
We'll let you get all your talk out of the way. You just go ahead and talk.
Nah, so Miami has did a lot. Miami was like, hey, we need to be fucking contending, and we're just gonna do whatever we have to do to get to be a contender. They brought in Kyle Lowry, they signed Oladipo for cheap. Like they're gearing up to be a contender for a chip. Are they beating Brooklyn? That'll be hard. Are they beating Brooklyn? That'll be hard. Are they going to beat out Milwaukee? That's the next question too. They are the only team in the NBA that has figured out how to guard Giannis, but even then,
it's just like, Chris Middleton you got to figure out. And in this Heat team, I'll run it down from the bottom. Goran Dragic was getting old and injury prone. Lowry's 34, 35. A little bit more durable than Goran was. And a lot better ball handler than Goran was, too. Goran wasn't really a get to his spot. He was more of just a playmaker, not an actual scorer unless he needed to be. You got Yurt-7 off the bench. He's going to be green if he can get his, get his interior defense, not foul a lot. You got a bright future 7-footer that can stretch. Markieff Morris was one that when I was a fan, I was kind of I was surprised by. I didn't expect us to get Markieff Morris, and I don't know if this is the one that was on the Lakers or the Clippers. I have no idea because they're the exact same person.
Yeah. Also, timeout. I want to apologize for having the wrong screen up. Don't worry about it. You didn't miss much between the Hawks and the Hornets. All right.
Oh, Chris.
It's okay.
Then you got Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. That's going to be your 1 and your 2 off the bench. I love what Strus is bringing. That's going to be one of the 2 off the bench. Strus is bringing. He looked really good in summer league. Edmonds going to be a great backup, and you got Duncan Robinson re-signed. People said he had the worst contract in the NBA, but I do not believe that. That's 15 points you're getting a game minimum on very efficient shooting. He is statistically equal, if not better, than Steph Curry and Klay Thompson on 3-point shooting.
That's a cap, bro.
Look up the stats. It's true. And this team is geared. This is the bad boys team of the 90s converted to the 2020s. This team is ready to go. Bam has to make that leap. Hero has to make that leap too. That's what this team is going to depend on, is Bam and Hero making that leap.
Hero's just got to play well, and if Hero don't play well, he's about to find his ass outside of Miami after this year by the deadline.
He actually was playing better before his foot injury last year back in November, December. Mm-hmm. Before he got that injury, he was playing just as good as he was during the playoffs, the bubble playoffs. And then that foot injury, and then he's got a kid coming on at home. His baby mama's pregnant.
Yeah.
And he bulked up. He put a picture on today. He looks like he gained weight. So he's going to be able to bang around a little bit more. Hopefully he stays healthy.
Hey, that however you pronounce his name, Yurt-7.
Yurt-7.
Yeah, he did really well. They let him play 2 games in the summer league, and they're like, "No, you're not touching the floor again. Come on."
and they got Marcus Garrett, I think, and they got DJ Stewart.
Didn't he go like 40-20 and 10 one game, or 40-20-20 or something like that?
It was like 30-20.
I know 30-30. Yeah, I mean, he was going crazy. He dropped both the games were triple doubles. And I just can't remember if it was 40-20 or 30-20. Like, it was something crazy.
Well, this team though, they're a top 3 team in the East. I see, and if you beat this team, you're gonna have to put them away. You're gonna have to. This team is made up top to bottom of Miami Heat basketball, and that's just cutthroat, smash mouth basketball.
All right, let's move on to the Orlando Magic.
Second best team in Florida.
Yeah, I guess there's only 2 teams in Florida.
Only one that people care about.
Bottom 2 team in the East right here. Bottom 2 team in the East. On a good day, they might be the bottom team in the East. If you ask me, I'm not expecting anything out of this team. I'm honestly not expecting anything on this team. This team is gauged up, if I remember correctly, for free agency of next year or the year after. But they're kind of playing the role the Knicks played before, where they were just kind of, taking in draft picks and everybody's dead contracts to help them get off a team in the past 2 years, just to pay out their contracts and gear up for, a rebuild. Because that's kind of what they've been doing is, they traded for these guys. Yeah, they're vets. They'll help their young guys, and then they can maybe make a push for somebody relevant or 2 people relevant in the next 2 years when their contracts are up.
I'm just gonna keep it short and simple, like this team's future. They're going nowhere.
Yeah.
One of your main signings was Ignaz Brezadinkas, Moritz Wagner, and Robin Lopez. This team is terrible. Terrible in the front office. Terrible in the bench. Terrible in starters. Just terrible.
They need to scrap everything and start over.
They need to tear it down and rebuild it back up.
They need to fire everybody. Hell, they might need to move out of Orlando. They need to do everything.
I don't know who goes and watches them in Orlando anyway. They haven't been relevant in like 12 years. So
yeah.
Just a White left. They're everything.
Yeah.
It's crap.
The only thing, if you ask me, this team has going for them is Cole Anthony. And
they got Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs, but Mo Bamba, Jonathan Isaac, but he tore his ACL. They have good pieces, they just can't develop them, and that's what this team has never been. They've never been able to develop a real good star. Dwight Howard was
the last relevant.
And that was at the end of an era. And, yeah, but he would hit the Dwight Howard then would not play well in the NBA after today.
Oh no. All right, let's go to the last team in the Southeast, and that is the Washington Wizards. The team that needs to trade Bradley Beal. Now, where is he going to go, and what are they going to get back for him? Who knows, but he needs to be gone. They are wasting him. They're wasting him. Now, they did make that big trade with the Lakers for Russell Westbrook to bring in several people that they think they're going to try to put around Bradley Beal. But I still don't see this team being relevant. Like, I think at best they're like an 11 seed at best, like a 10 or 11.
I'm not gonna run much on time. I'm gonna say this team is a dark horse. Their makeup isn't terrible. They're gonna be the second or third or fourth best team. I can see them being the third best team above the Hornets. They got Bradley Beal. That's 40 a night. Any night they could go all 4. Dinwiddie plays good. Kuzma gives you solid numbers. Trez is going to bang on there. They have pieces to maybe get an 8 seed. And with Bradley Beal, anything's possible. He can win you games when everybody else is playing terrible.
Can I tell you something? Lay off the weed! Because that is not fucking happening.
So who you got? Bradley Beal, Dinwiddie, Aaron Holiday.
You got Kuzma. You got Bradley Beal. You got Mr. Injury. Like, literal the second coming of fucking D. Rose when it comes to injuries, and Spencer Dinwiddie, okay? Kyle Kuzma, who is very possibly the most inconsistent player in basketball today, okay? You've got Montrez, who at this point is the second best player on that team.
Let's run this down real quick. Denny Avdia, Bradley Beal, Davis Bertans, Thomas Bryant, KCP, Dinwiddie, Gafford, Hachimura, Harrell, Aaron Holiday, and Kuzma, and then they got Corey Kispert. That's their rookie, Corey Kispert. This team has as much potential as the Hornets do.
I don't know about that one.
Because what the Wizards have that the Hornets don't have is a man that wears that number right there.
But is he going to be there the whole year though?
Yeah, he'll be there. He's not going to want to leave.
I don't know.
He's not going to L.A.
No, he ain't going to L.A. If he was going to L.A., he would have went when Westbrook went.
There's nowhere you could trade Bradley Beal.
There is.
Where?
To the other L.A. team.
For what?
Huh?
Draft picks. They don't have room.
They have draft picks.
But draft picks don't have cap room though. The chance of them fitting 3 max players on the same team is
the Lakers did it.
I don't see it. They're gonna have to give up a lot. They'll probably have to give up Paul George, which I mean, I'd trade Paul George.
Yeah, I could even see this team. I could even see Philly making a run at Bradley Beal.
Oh no, nope. Worst idea ever. Worst trade in the NBA, Ben Simmons.
I could see Philly making a run at Bradley Beal in a deal that would include Ben Simmons, possibly Seth Curry, and some draft picks to the Wizards.
I don't know what you smoking on, man, because nobody wants Ben Simmons. Dude's trade value is.
Oh no! There's a couple of fits. No, there's a couple of fits that you add Ben Simmons and they're winning a championship.
They need to trade Ben Simmons to the Orlando Magic.
No, they don't.
Problem solved.
They need to trade Ben Simmons. Listen, Portland
Simmons
could benefit by Ben Simmons. Portland could possibly be the biggest benefit of a team for Ben Simmons.
They have Dame.
Yeah, they have Dame.
Ben Simmons is useless without the ball.
That's not true. Ben Simmons, you say, is useless without the ball, but when has he played with a decent point guard? He is a point guard. Exactly. He don't have another ball handler.
You got Dame.
Exactly. You put him on a team with Dame, and it changes his role. It changes Ben Simmons' role. Ben Simmons would be allowed to play. He would be able to work around people and have room.
He needs to go to the Orlando Magic. They can give you Mo Bamba and Jonathan Isaac and whatever else you want. And Philly's better than they were with Ben Simmons.
I don't know about that.
We're getting into a different comp. Well, we're going.
Yeah, we'll save this. Well, all right, guys. That's going to wrap up this episode. Might have a rundown of some football action over the weekend, the beginning of next week, and then next Friday, of course, we'll have this next episode going on here. So we will catch y'all later. Stay groovy, my friends, and be sober.